the greatest carnivore confessions. Hello, friends. From a woman fighting more than 30 impossible health conditions, to a man having just 90 more days to live because of stage 4 cancer, and a woman who lost all hopes in life due to extreme obesity and associated diseases, in this exclusive video we'll tell you how the carnivore diet helped these people cure from the dreaded health conditions, and how the big pharma nexus got some strong financial setbacks in the whole process. Meanwhile, join our valiant carnivore community by subscribing to our channel, helping us expose the perverted health system and spreading the healing message further. Let's start with the incredible story of a dedicated viewer from our own channel who miraculously defeated 30 severe health conditions, despite the doctors telling that she had to live with those chronic diseases all her life.
This is my story of how the carnivore diet not only transformed, but saved my life. From painful fibrocystic breast masses to perimenopause symptoms, eczema, and beyond, my journey on the carnivore diet has been nothing short of miraculous. The nightmare began for me at age 40 with fibrocystic chest disease that persisted for 6 long years. My diet back then was a bleak landscape of half a dry, skinless chicken breast, half a cup of broccoli, and a bit of wheat noodles each day, occasionally spiced up with cooked red cabbage. Despite adhering to what I thought was a healthy diet, painful chest cysts, one as large as 2 inches long and 1 inch wide, tormented me. Doctors were of no help, dismissing fibrocystic chests as normal and unrelated to diet. This was a blow, especially as I entered perimenopause at age 46, with joint pain, insomnia, dizziness, and other debilitating symptoms. Desperate for answers, I turned to online research and uncovered the shocking truth behind my fibrocystic chest issues. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and asparagus were blocking the absorption of natural iodine from foods, disrupting my thyroid function and wreaking havoc on my hormones. These vegetables, believed to prevent cancer, were actually increasing cancer risk and contributing to fibrocystic chest disease. Sharing my findings, I found many women with similar issues who also consumed these vegetables regularly. Fueled by determination, I dove headfirst into the carnivore diet. Within 6-8 weeks, I lost 45 pounds, and my perimenopause symptoms disappeared. The high protein and fat content in the carnivore diet worked wonders, regulating my hormones and eradicating PMS symptoms. My menstrual cycle became clockwork, and the once agonizing fibrocystic chest masses began to shrink. The absence of plant toxins allowed my body to heal itself naturally. The most astonishing change was the complete reversal of my perimenopause symptoms. Thanks to the high-fat content, especially from animal sources, my hormone balance was restored. Night sweats were a thing of the past, and I no longer woke up every 2 hours. Falling asleep became a dream, taking less than a minute. This dramatic improvement in my sleep quality was nothing short of a miracle, giving me the rest I desperately needed. But the magic didn't stop there. The carnivore diet healed my lifelong eczema and cold hands, likely related to Raynaud's disease. Free from the inflammatory effects of plant toxins, my skin transformed, becoming smoother and healthier, with fewer wrinkles around my eyes. My complexion became vibrant and youthful, drawing compliments from friends and family. Even my dentist noticed the improvement, praising the healthiness of my gums. The benefits extended to the heels of my feet, which were no longer cracked and dry. The carnivore diet also brought dramatic improvements to my digestive health. I no longer experienced IBS symptoms like gas, bloating, stomach pain, constipation, and diarrhea. My energy levels soared, and I didn't feel exhausted by midday. The carnivore diet obliterated my brain fog and arthritis pain in my hands, knees, hips, and elbows. Thanks to the anti-inflammatory properties of a meat-based diet, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, my sore hips at night became a thing of the past, and I began to move more freely and comfortably throughout the day. Weight loss was another incredible benefit. I shed over 45 pounds of baby and perimenopause weight, regaining a sense of confidence and vitality. The nutrient-dense nature of animal products helped me maintain muscle mass while losing fat. My vision even improved, with my astigmatism reversing. The increased intake of essential nutrients like vitamin A from animal liver played a significant role. I tanned well and didn't sunburn easily anymore, possibly due to improved skin health from better nutrition. Encouraged by Dr. Baker, I started lifting barbells to build more muscle. This newfound physical strength was exhilarating, marking a significant milestone in my fitness journey. Mentally, I felt more relaxed and less anxious in large crowds. The nutrient-dense carnivore diet supported my brain health, reducing anxiety and stress. My slight OCD tendencies diminished, and my overall stress levels decreased. My sense of smell, which had been poor since childhood, improved dramatically within a month on the carnivore diet. I no longer suffered from allergies to cedar and oak pollens or mold, and my earwax buildup issues vanished. My veins looked healthier, and my legs no longer hurt during long trips. The list of health improvements continued to grow. The popping sound in my right shoulder when lifting weights disappeared, likely due to reduced inflammation and improved joint health. My body odor decreased significantly, probably due to the elimination of plant-based foods that can contribute to odor. I no longer experienced anxiety or dizziness when trying to fall asleep. My slightly receding gums rebuilt, and my hair wasn't as oily, allowing me to go days without washing it. Allergy symptoms vanished, as long as I avoided histamine-rich smoked meats. The skin on the heels of my feet was no longer cracked and dry, and my teeth looked whiter. Reflecting on my journey, the carnivore diet has been nothing short of life-changing for me. The sheer number of health conditions it has addressed and reversed is astonishing. The diet's emphasis on nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory foods provided my body with the necessary tools to heal itself, which the doctors had told to be impossible. I really hope my story inspires others to explore this diet and discover its healing potential. For those interested, I recommend watching Dr. Baker, Dr. Chaffee, and Dr. Berry, as well as visiting other helpful carnivore channels. The carnivore diet has transformed my life big time, and I'm pretty sure that it can do the same for you as well.
Friends, before we move to our next story about the unbelievable recovery of a stage 4 cancer patient who had not much days to live, we would highly encourage you to share your own experience on the carnivore diet. Which health conditions have you cured so far? And what advice would you give to someone facing similar health issues? Do share it all in the comment section below. So, here is our next breathtaking carnivore success story.
My name is James, and this is my story of how I fought and overcame stage 4 esophageal cancer with the help of the carnivore diet. At one point, I was a healthy, active person, living life to the fullest. But everything changed when I was diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer. The news was devastating as the cancer had metastasized, spreading to my spine, lymph nodes, liver, pancreas, and lungs. My doctors gave me a grim prognosis. I had only 3 to 12 months to live. Determined to fight for my life, I underwent multiple rounds of chemotherapy and radiation, pushing my body to the limits. Despite the aggressive treatment, my condition continued to deteriorate. I felt hopeless and desperate for a solution. In my desperation, I began researching alternative treatments and stumbled upon the work of Professor Thomas Seyfried, a leading expert in cancer metabolism. His research on the ketogenic diet and its potential to starve cancer cells caught my attention. I decided to give it a try, focusing on a carnivore approach due to my difficulty in eating and keeping down other foods. Ribeye steak and eggs became staples in my diet, as they were the only foods I could tolerate. The carnivore diet, consisting entirely of animal products, appealed to me because it is essentially zero carb. This approach forces the body into a state of ketosis, where it burns fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. I learned that cancer cells, unlike normal cells, are highly dependent on glucose for their energy. By depriving them of glucose through a zero-carb diet, I hope to starve the cancer cells. The high protein and fat content of the carnivore diet played a crucial role in my recovery. Ribeye steak and eggs provided me with the essential nutrients, including high-quality protein for tissue repair and maintenance, and healthy fats to support brain function and hormone production. The diet was rich in vitamins and minerals, such as iron, zinc, and B vitamins, which are vital for immune function and overall health. Bone broth with butter added collagen and gelatin, promoting gut health and reducing inflammation. Despite the challenges posed by my esophageal tumor, which caused choking and vomiting, I persisted with my carnivore diet. I primarily consumed ribeye steak, eggs, and bone broth with butter, finding that these foods provided me with the necessary nutrients while being easier to swallow and digest. As I continued with this way of eating, I noticed remarkable improvements in my overall well-being, including increased energy levels and better tolerance to my chemotherapy treatments. These positive changes gave me a renewed sense of hope and motivation to continue fighting my cancer. However, my journey was not without setbacks. After a brief period of abandoning my carnivore diet and indulging in less optimal foods, I experienced a severe hemorrhage from my esophageal tumor, leading to a life-threatening situation. This event served as a wake-up call, reigniting my determination to fight my cancer through dietary changes. I recommitted to a ketogenic diet with a strong emphasis on animal products, believing that this approach gave me the best chance at beating the odds. As I continued to follow my carnivore diet, my dedication and the stabilization of my cancer led to an unexpected opportunity, which was the surgery to remove the tumor in my esophagus. This procedure, previously deemed impossible due to the advanced stage of my cancer, became viable thanks to my improved condition and the reduction in tumor size. The surgery was a success, leaving me with only a few small remnants of my once widespread cancer. This incredible turn of events gave me a newfound appreciation for the power of nutrition in supporting my body's fight against the disease. Following my surgery, I continued to follow a primarily carnivore diet, focusing on nutrient-dense animal foods to support my recovery and maintain my progress against cancer. I incorporated intermittent fasting and planned for an extended 18-day fast, believing that this approach would further optimize my metabolic health and give my body the best chance to fight off the remaining cancer cells. My commitment to my health and well-being was unwavering, and I embraced this new way of life with enthusiasm and gratitude. Throughout my journey, I found strength in the knowledge I gained from experts like Professor Seyfried and the unwavering support of my loving wife. I share my story to inspire others facing similar challenges and to raise awareness about the potential role of diet in managing chronic diseases like cancer. My experience serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of exploring all available options when faced with a life-threatening illness. While my journey is far from over, my determination and commitment to a carnivore diet have given me a fighting chance and a renewed sense of hope for the future.
Well, friends, that was truly beyond imagination. But we are not finished yet, as we have the final story of this video coming up for you, equally incredible and inspiring. It is an unbelievable story of a woman weighing 360 pounds, unable to walk on her own, facing multitude of health issues, on the verge of a total collapse. Let's see how carnivore brought her back to life, that too within an unbelievable time period of just 10 months.
When I was 18 years old, I was diagnosed with scleroderma, a chronic autoimmune disease characterized by hardening and tightening of the skin and connective tissues. This caused me a lot of joint pain, to the point where writing by hand was really painful. As a result, I stopped my everyday tasks like sewing, doing leather work, and typing for a long time. Apart from this, I was also diagnosed with Raynaud's phenomenon, which meant that my blood circulation was cut off in multiple fingers, and when the blood would start coming back, I'd be in a lot of pain. And this was not all, as my troubles kept growing day by day. I also had sleep apnea, a disorder where my breathing repeatedly stopped and started during sleep, often leading to loud snoring and feeling tired even after a full night's rest. And to top it all, I was diagnosed with GERD, a gastroesophageal reflux disease. It is a long-term stomach problem where acid from the stomach often comes back up into the food pipe, causing heartburn and a lot of discomfort. And because of this, I could not eat without having indigestion. At the time, I was super overweight, and eating almost anything would make me feel sick. Just imagine what a big mess my life had become. Going through all this, I developed severe depression and anxiety. My depression was really bad. I'd wake up every morning and tell my husband that I wish I hadn't woken up. I just did not value myself as a human being anymore. When I was 32, I had also developed type 2 diabetes. I weighed 360 pounds, and I could not move without a walker. Now, this all had become too much for me to absorb. I could not see myself going a long way like that. And that's when I decided to do the carnivore diet. It was June 28th, 2022. What prompted this change was going to the hospital in severe pain, thinking my time had ended. While sitting in the hospital bed, I remember looking over at my husband, and it struck me that all my choices in life had led me here. The next day, I went home and we got rid of all of the sugars and carbs in my house. I had previously done different diets, but they always led to me losing weight and gaining it again. I was introduced to the carnivore diet by my brother, who had lost roughly 50 pounds and had gotten extremely fit while doing it. Seeing this led me down a rabbit hole of watching Michaela Peterson and then Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube. I thought, if this can help her with her autoimmune issues, maybe it can help with mine as well. That was it. I was 100% in. Here I must admit, I had never experienced such a diet plan ever before. The carnivore diet is a high-fat, moderate protein, low to no carb way of eating, resulting in massive health benefits. I ate things like eggs, beef, chicken, fish, and other types of meat, as well as butter and high-quality hard cheeses, with a trace amount of spices for flavor. I do not consume any fruits or vegetables, as the oxalates in them are highly inflammatory, causing my autoimmune issues to flare up. That being said, there are those who do great with some low-carb vegetables. I just happen to be one that can't tolerate it. Currently, a standard day of carnivore eating for me would be 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bacon around 10 a.m., followed by dinner at 5 p.m., consisting of 10 to 12 ounces of ribeye steak with 1 teaspoon of butter on top. I drink plain water with intermittent seltzer water, with no artificial sweeteners or sugar in them. A very interesting thing that happened once my husband and I switched to carnivore was that we stopped throwing leftover food away and we didn't have to buy snacks or fast food. Surprisingly, our food bill ended up being cut by 60%, leading us to huge financial savings, despite now having ribeye for dinner a few times a week. I must say, all of these improvements were amazing, but the start was a bit rocky. I'd been eating the standard American diet for my entire life. I had to fully accept and understand that eating what I wanted led to me being morbidly obese and severely depressed. During the carnivore journey, I'd experienced meat aversion a few times, but I realized that it was my brain throwing a tantrum wanting sugar and carbs. Some of the immediate effects I noticed from transitioning to the carnivore way of eating were that I stopped retaining fluid, my joints stopped hurting, my glucose levels did not need to be regulated by medicine anymore, and my brain fog lifted. I noticed that 4 to 6 weeks into doing the carnivore diet, I no longer woke up and told my husband that I wish I hadn't woken up. And now, I began to value myself. I realized that I was not tied to how much I weighed. Apart from the immediate health and the financial benefits, the carnivore diet tastes amazing, and the level of satiety from having fatty cuts of meat allows me to save a lot of money. Cooking now is extremely simple, plus the cleaning is also very simple, and we make half the trash that we did before. There has not been a single point on my journey that I have wanted to quit the carnivore diet. Had I carried on with the standard American diet, my early demise was a sure thing. Yes, carnivore has been a bit difficult, but it has also forced me to grow and fully understand why and how I got to being 360 pounds. Plus, no other dietary intake has given me room to remove my addiction to sugar and carbs. And having gone through all this grind, this is what happened. After 12 months of doing the carnivore diet, I lost a staggering 121 pounds. Yes, that's true. Seeing the dramatic change in the number felt amazing. However, I had come to realize during this journey that the number now on the scale does not mean a lot. It's all the small, non-scale victories that truly are the most important. Things like being able to do basic hygiene, being able to lean over and put my own shoes on, not having to use a walker anymore at 32 years old, walking my 4 dogs every single day, no longer being dejected about my life, being able to leave the house, being happy with myself, loving myself despite not being that perfect number on the scale, and going from hardly moving to now hiking 5 to 8 miles a few times a week. Believe me, the biggest change is wanting to live and to improve the world for others each day, no matter how small of an impact it is. Surprisingly, I no longer have type 2 diabetes. Plus, I am also considered to be within the normal range of insulin now, which is absolutely amazing for me. Plus, now I can also type on the computer without feeling any joint pain as earlier. Within a period of just 10 to 12 months, I went from hardly being able to move to being able to walk, bike, hike, and paddleboard. I must say, choosing to go carnivore was not a miracle, but it surely opened up the space available for myself and my mind to deal with the problems I had. I just can't believe I was so consumed with eating bad food all the time, filled with chemicals and seed oils. And after shifting to carnivore, my back pain slowly got better, and I no longer use a walker, but I still have it. I will probably keep it forever as a reminder of how far I've come. Also, my GERD symptoms were gone within 2 months, and I have dropped 2 categories of being morbidly obese. Over the next year, my goal is to get to a normal weight and to no longer be considered obese. I take multivitamins, but I'd like to eventually taper off my antidepressants. But because I've been taking them for 21 years, it may take some time, but I'm okay with that. My goal is to be medication-free, which is a drastic change. What was more drastic was being 32, using a walker, being overweight, and being in a lot of pain. Life was really miserable back then, and now it is totally different. I love waking up and going for my morning mile walk with my husband and my dogs, and deeply enjoying the small things in life that I missed before.
Well, friends, here we are. What is your opinion on the incredible health recoveries that we shared in this video? And what has been your experience with the carnivore diet so far? Do share in the comments. Press the like button if you found this video helpful, and do share it as much as you can, helping us spread the healing message as further as possible. Subscribe to our channel for more of such useful and informative content related to your overall health and wellness. And do you know how the carnivore diet could be banned on YouTube? Watch the video showing up on the screen right now to find that out. See you there.